everyone. This is Lee the Appraiser for another live episode of Amazing Appraising here in our beautiful APR 57 gallery on 57th Street and Broadway here in New York City. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. This is another what we call Amazing Short, where we condense, say, 40 years of my experience in buying, selling, and appraising collectibles and valuables in a period of maybe 2 or 3 minutes. So today we have a very special opportunity to meet two friends of mine here, Mr.
Tim.
Tim. And Tim is a musician by trade, is that it?
Yeah, and an actor and writer. I'll do all that.
Huh?
And an actor and a writer.
Okay,
And
actor, writer.
I still keep my part-time bartending job. So.
Okay, right. So you got to make these tips in today's world, right?
Yeah, you got to make something. You know?
Got to make something. So, by the way, he's not alone. He has his bodyguard here. Let's say hello, Mr. Bodyguard. This is Shiloh, is that right?
Yeah, sure.
The most beautiful beagle we've seen in a long time.
Yes, he's beautiful.
All right, and Shiloh is going to be a semi-mascot of ours, and going to be using him on some other clips afterwards. So today, Tim, tell me what we have here.
What we have here is a 1967 poster of the Beatles visiting India with their former past wives and girlfriends. As you see, you got George Harrison with Pattie Boyd, who later left him for Eric Clapton, Jane Asher with Paul McCartney, Cynthia, I don't remember her name, but Julian Lennon's mother, bad relationship, and Ringo with some girl I don't know. But as you can see, if you can see this poster, they look like the four most or 8 most unhappiest people I've ever seen, except for the Maharishnu over here.
Well, he was single, right?
I don't know what their deal is over there.
I think he was single.
Yeah.
We actually have a organ.
Yes.
Not a person's organ, but we have an organ, electric organ, that belonged to John Lennon that he played during his time in India.
Piano.
Yeah.
A Fender Rhodes, probably.
Very cool. So, all right, so my friend.
Sorry about my dog.
Tim.
Yeah.
Is here with this piece, and I guess he wants to know what I think of it.
No, I'd like to sell. I'd like to sell it.
He'd like to sell it. Okay. So this is a picture that I think it's a very famous picture. I think it was made originally in color, and it's a picture that was, I think, done in 1967, like he said, when the Beatles were in India.
Yeah. With
the Maharishi.
The Sgt. Pepper days.
And you know what also was I guess a coincidence or whatever that happened on the day of this photograph. I think the day. Let me check. I looked at it a few minutes ago. It was done August 27th, 1967, and this picture, that's when it was taken in Bangor, India, and it was done the exact same day that Brian Epstein, who was their manager since 1962 for 5 years, who died that day.
Really?
Yep. And here's actually a full color picture of your photograph.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, this is not the photograph because they're smiling here. I think they're probably tired. This is a different.
This is probably before they got married and after, right?
I don't know. But you said Bangor, India?
Yes, that's what it said. Yes.
I got this in Bangor, Maine. That's a coincidence.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Bangor, Maine, yeah.
Yes. Anyhow, so my opinion is, if this was, there's the way it works with photography, if it was what's called either the original first print from the first negative, and in some cases it's the only one that was printed. Years ago that would happen a lot, that if somebody was a photographer, they took a picture, they made one picture, especially a home, home person, that could be quite valuable if it's a rare, original, one-of-a-kind photograph.
All right.
Typically, if it's of a famous person, group, celebrities, they're making various prints throughout the years because they want to capitalize on the popularity and possibly sell them. Okay?
Okay.
So, in my opinion, if this was an original one-of-a-kind first edition picture, and perhaps one-of-a-kind, and there were no others like it, they came from the negative, the one for negative that was destroyed or anything like that, this could be worth $10,000 to $20,000, if that's the case.
Okay.
But again, you are talking about a photograph at that time of the most popular group in the world.
Uh-huh.
I had a letter here, I don't know where it is, of Ringo Starr actually stating they asked him to go on a TV show. He goes, sorry, you don't have the time. We are actually more popular than God. That's what he wrote. So
It was Lennon, right?
that was no, I'm sorry, Ringo wrote that. Ringo
wrote that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, long story short is they were very hard to get access to, and in addition, whenever they got together, there were multiple pictures of them. Everybody took pictures.
Okay.
So they were probably hundreds of different photographs. We just saw two different ones. We saw a color one of them all smiling. They looked a little more subdued. But regardless, so we are going to say that there were probably multiple pictures, but that's not the issue. The issue here is, how does one tell when this picture was taken, or is it a first edition or the only one? So by looking at it clearly, you are going to see all the black generated computer spots on the printer. So this was printed many times. It wasn't taken from one photograph. It was taken from maybe 10 photographs have already been printed. So this is a print of a print of a print of a print of a print. And I want to just show you here. This picture was taken, say, 1967, right?
Yeah.
So I have a picture that was taken about 1937. So 30 years before that, of Babe Ruth, and you will see the difference in the quality of the image in the print.
Yes.
You got that?
Oh, yeah.
That clear picture?
Oh, totally, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it is 100% clear. This is what they call a first generation photograph. This could possibly be the only one that exists. It's also autographed, but that's separate. But we're talking about just the value of the picture.
Okay.
It's a clear, original, vintage, possibly one-of-a-kind print, because this was done with this guy who was a bat boy in Boston. So he had them take a picture of it, and Babe signed it after that. So, in my opinion, being a print of a print of a print, there were probably thousands of these made. This is one of, clearly, the later editions. The quality is not very good, and hence, therefore, it's not going to be worth a lot. So I would say the condition is not perfect, but that's not really the issue.
Yeah.
If this was a first edition, one of a kind, limited,
Right.
I gave an estimate of 10 to 20K. I would still probably pay $8,000 for it, even though the condition is missing a corner here. These are called brown tape stains.
Yeah.
Not perfect, but I don't care. I go by rarity as a first before I go to condition.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry that I didn't have a better opinion for you, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So anyhow, if you have anything else that you want to have us appraise,
Okay.
anyone out there, if you have anything that you wish to buy, sell, appraise, you can get our opinion on. We do it 24/7, 6 days a week. Call or text us at 917-439-9610. We'll be happy to appraise, evaluate anything you have. We're on 200 West 57th Street on the corner of 57th and 7th Avenue here in New York City. We look forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay.